so cool. He's going to the gym.
It wasn't that. It was for
At 6 in the morning. So basically, a blumpkin is when you're getting a blowjob on the toilet. Okay.
I learned about that in.
Got a new guest on the show. We got Slavian himself coming out of the shadows. You have anything to say? He says, "What's up?"
That's all I got to say.
Yeah. So we don't really know what we're gonna talk about today, but we're just gonna let it come out. Just press record. Phone's on 5%. So
Fight support.
yeah, pretty much. So I woke up this morning and I was like, why are birthdays a fucking thing? Like, like not in a sense of like we don't deserve them, but like, why do people like? Some people don't give a fuck about birthdays, and some people like give all of the fucks about a birthday. And it's like, where are you at on the schedule, Slavian?
I mean, depends on what you mostly like celebrate. Your perspective of life, you know.
Yeah, but like, do you give a shit about your birthday, or do you not give a shit about your birthday?
It's whatever you can do with it.
So you're like not too obsessed about your birthday. So there's like these people that like want a birthday month, and then there's people that don't want it to even like they don't even tell their friends that it's their birthday, and like I don't think you're at that level, but like I'm guessing you're somewhere on the like it's just
Not like a whole month.
you like to celebrate your day and then you take your dub and that's about it. Yeah, that's about right. Some people want like a whole ass month and it's just like, all right, I don't know. But one thing I gotta say is when you're doing the cake, I can't help but think you're leveling up in age when you blow those candles out. Like, I don't know, something about that ritual just like gets me every time.
Blowing out the candle.
Yeah, it just seems like. Well, it just seems like something's actually going on for once. If you know what I'm trying to say, like we have rituals all the time when we have like a smoke session or when we have like
Going to school's ritual.
school, waking up in the morning. Even like having dinner is a ritual, but like when you have a birthday ritual, that's like you can really feel it. Like that's different when everyone's singing. Like there's not a lot of times where you get a whole house of people singing together. Like
Just once a year.
yeah, so I mean it's a good thing to have, but some people just tend to get carried away with it. How are you gonna treat your children for their birthday?
I mean, like celebrate it for them. It's like,
Yeah, but are you gonna like be extra? Are you gonna be that extra parent, or are you gonna like
I'll just like throw them something. It's better than nothing, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like you gotta do them that justice at least. I don't know, like, I feel like there's a medium because, or like a happy medium is what I mean, because like,
Where you fit on the spectrum.
yeah, like if you like do too much for their birthday, I feel like they're gonna expect like a lot, and like that's fine to have high expectations, but like there's like a threshold that you shouldn't cross. Like I don't think kids should be getting goddamn Lamborghini for their birthday, like LaMelo Ball at 16. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he is rich now, so I mean, have all the Lamborghinis you want, but like I don't know, like I feel like there's a difference between like getting what you like. Well, I wouldn't even say you need, but like getting what's right. I don't even know if right is the word. What's like I want to say earned, but I don't do we how do we even like describe that? So like what I mean is just I think everyone deserves to get something nice, but like not too nice if you know what I'm trying to say. Like I don't think anyone should be gifted $10,000 if you know what I'm trying to say. But like you could get a car worth $10,000, and that would be. I mean, that's already like pushing it. That's pretty expensive for a first car, but like, I mean, it's gonna last you, you know, until you get your own car or something like that. And I don't know. I just, I don't want my child to be like a fucking dickhead, but at the same time, they probably do deserve nice things. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Like, just give them something like memorable instead of like cash.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's gotta be something that they're gonna hold on to for a long time. Something that they're gonna actually like. You know, I got this computer for my graduation, and like I kind of was like a dick and was like I wanted a PC so I could play games, but now I'm like doing all this music and editing bullshit. Not bullshit, but you know, like stuff, and I'm like, wow, now I look at it every day and I'm like, thanks. But like, I don't know, like, and I did ask for like the fanciest one of that year, like a fucking dickhead, but like, I don't know, like things like that are cool, but like, oh, okay, so I got a Louis Vuitton belt one time, and like, whenever I look at it, I kind of get a little bit like it's cool to have, but at the same time I get a little bit disgusted because it's like, why do I need this? Like, goddamn fucking $900 belt for what? Like for what?
That's the same purpose as a $15 belt.
Exactly, and like to be honest, it's loose, so it doesn't even work that well. So like, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on spoiling your children? We're at the 6-minute mark. I've managed to break a string and keep it untuned, so I'd hear this. Yeah. Some days you feel like that. So, what are we gonna talk about now? So, have you ever thought about taking psychedelics?
Yeah, I have.
Now, like, what's your take on them?
Take.
Yeah, like, what do you have to say about like psychedelics? Like, I know you haven't taken any, but like, what is your stance at this point?
Stance, you know, it helps some people, and then like other people it doesn't. And then I would like, I don't know about acid, because you know, it's like forever.
Yeah, forever. It's definitely permanent.
It's life changing. Like I thought about like shrooms, just to do like something.
I haven't experienced anything other than LSD so far in my life, but I've thought about the mushrooms. I don't think I'd ever do DMT because I just get a feeling that like the cost is like selling your soul to Satan or some shit from like the way that you have to purge your system. You can look that up if you want to know what that means. I'm not gonna go into that.
Spooky stuff.
Yeah, usually when anything has to do with the excretory system, it kind of has something to do with demonic activity. But we're not going to get too into that. Anyways, when you said that it helps some people and doesn't help some people, I feel like that's kind of getting caught up in the binary, like black and white thinking. Whereas, like, I feel like, because people will say that you need to be in the right mental space to do it, and like, what is the right time? Like, I don't think there is. And now, okay, I think I could see the the difference between someone that's going like downward spiral in their life with like a lot of issues would be like more. It would be more irresponsible to take psychs as compared to a guy that's like got their life figured out. Well, I don't know about figured out, but like settled, like at ease. Like there's that, but I feel like since life is such a peak and valley system, and not like a flat rate, you're gonna experience both sides of the spectrum from the experience, and not only is it gonna be life changing, but it's also gonna be like, how do you call it, like life changing and like eye opening, because like you're experiencing things that have like you've never been able to perceive, and I don't know, it's just interesting to think about, like it's interesting to think about how like people have been doing these drug rituals since like the dawn of time, and like I saw this visual of like a monkey, like it was like a cartoon segment, and the monkey was like just a regular monkey eating banana, and then he was like throwing his shit, and then like he finds like the shit spawns in a mushroom, and he eats the mushroom, and then his brain goes like fucking like crazy, and like he gets a hammer and just starts building society, which is like skyscrapers and like fucking school and like math and like cars, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And like people like tend to say like, oh, if everyone took a tab, the world would be a lot better of a place, but we don't like take into account for like the other side of that spectrum, because yeah, a lot of people will be like cool and hippied out and like relaxed and chill after it, but a lot of people like don't realize that has there's a spectrum to that. You could either go Hitler, or you could go tree hugger. Well, not just those two, but like, you know, somewhere in between maybe, but those are like the two wings. And yeah, I don't think that everyone should take a tab, because I don't even know, I don't have a reason for why, but I feel like if you need to do it, it'll just happen. And there's no like need to force anything like that, because like there's no need to force anything, because there's so many different experiences that you don't need to force an experience like that. Like when the time comes, it comes, you know, like they say that DMT comes to you and stuff like that, but I've had it offered to me once by a crackhead neighbor, and I was like, fuck no, and like I don't consider that as DMT coming to me, but like I guess it could be, you know? So like, and I don't think I was in the right headspace for it either, so like that's so cap. But what I mean is like, when the time is right, the time is right, you'll just know, like, and if you don't like feel that, then like I wouldn't recommend to do it. Like when I did acid, I did a lot of prior research before, and like low key that kind of made it the trip more like
What you thought of?
yeah, like so when people say you need to do the research, I wouldn't say you need to do the research, but I'd say you need to know that you're not gonna be the same person. Like that's what you gotta know, like most importantly. And second thing is that like it ends, but it doesn't really end if for some people. Like some people you can just take it and that's it. Like you just did it like any other drug. But a lot of like, I want to say neurodivergent people, or like well, they say people that are susceptible to schizophrenia, but that's such a like a broad like term, and like it affects more people than we'd like to acknowledge. But you're not gonna be like, it's never gonna, you're gonna have like new feelings that are not gonna leave you, and almost like a new sense. So that's like the most important thing to know before you do it, because like yeah, you can know what the compound is chemically, and you can know what how to like test it and all that bullshit, and like what it's called, like litro or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I used to know what it was like stood for, but let's be real. That fucking drug was made in some guy's garage, or in a lab in Mexico. So you're not gonna be getting
What you want.
yeah. So there's that, and they cut drugs with like other drugs like meth all the time. But we're not. A lot of people don't want to hear that part, and they're not ready for that conversation. But yeah, most important thing is definitely just like anticipate that you're not going to be the same guy or girl or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. And you might be for a while. You might be a little out of tune, but when you finally do get it back in tune, your brain that is, and your body and soul and everything, it'll be a lot sharper than it once was. And I don't even think it's just because of the drug. Like, I feel like the drug just, I don't want to say speeds up the process, but, like, begins the journey. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say by that?
Yeah, it's like it starts it off.
Yeah, it's like a kickstart, and, like, I once again, I don't think it's for everyone, but when it calls your name, you either get the fuck away from it or you fucking commit. Like, you gotta make a decision. You gotta commit, like, either to yes or to no. And you don't want to do it just because someone else is doing it, like one of your friends, because that's a recipe for yeah. But yeah, this isn't. We're not advocating any usage of psychedelics. We're just talking about. We're just talking about them, and
Informational.
yeah, like we don't recommend you do any of this shit. But if you do it, just remember you're not going to be the same, and that's for better or for worse. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, unless the tunnel's collapsed, then. Yeah. There's always the sun always comes out after dawn, is what I'm trying to say. And if you do get put in a bad space, maybe it's a wake-up call to start working on yourself. But yeah, you got anything else?